after.
When this deer showed up on our trail camera in 2020, we were pretty excited. And when we got this frontal picture of him, we decided that we better hunt this buck. We named him Pegasus because of his matching cheaters going off the base of his G2s. But after a while, we just started calling him Peggy. Worst nickname for a deer ever. When he stripped his velvet in 2020, we realized he wasn't quite as big of a buck as we had originally thought. He really shrunk up, and he ended up breaking his antlers during the muzzleloader hunt. I saw him a few times and elected to pass. I ended up focusing on this buck, and those of you who watch the channel know the story that happened there, and Pegasus was left to live for another year.
Pretty smoky, but we're just out here checking a mule deer spot. Haven't been out here in a while. Trying to get up early and glass, trying to find a point that we like where we can see both ways, but pretty much go time. Hunt starts this Saturday.
When we glassed this buck up again, it took us a while to realize that it was the same deer. His frame was the same, but his G2 on his left side had shrunk significantly, and he didn't have his matching cheaters from the year prior. However, after watching him over the course of a couple days, we determined that it was our same buck.
Darling, I know it's hard to let go. Soon I will hold you again. Longer days when I'm away, but we'll both pretend to be bold. Darling, I've never been bold.
Well, so we got back last night late from scouting Rocky's Hill. And we bombed out here super early this morning. So we could see these deer. And I just glassed up one of the bucks that was with the big buck the other day. So hopefully pretty soon we'll get eyes on these other ones. We'll glass them for about an hour or so. It's a beautiful morning. Some weather rolling in here. Just trying to figure out the pattern on these deer, where they go and what they do. I just glassed up our target buck and got bent down in the tree saddle. Hopefully he's just gonna walk right by. We got Ben set up where they have been walking all week, so opening day, it's crunch time. So climb back up to the glassing point. We got a few bucks bedded out here, probably a couple thousand yards away. And there's the one buck that we want to shoot in that group. The buck we call Peggy. And then our other buck jetted around the hill to the left. So we're just gonna, I got out of the tree obviously, hiked up on the hill to meet up with Rocky, and so we could kind of figure out a game plan. Either we're gonna try to sneak in on these bucks or glass over and see if we can see what this buck did. found the deer we wanted to find. We made a couple plays. We both got close. And if we keep having days like this, and if we're able to turn these bucks up time and time again, eventually they will make a mistake, and we'll get an arrow in one or a bullet, if that's what it takes. We have dedicated hunter tags, so we can hunt all the seasons.
So a little bit slower morning than yesterday. I only saw one buck out in the flat.
Rough day.
My eyes hurt.
A little glassed out. Well, I had a nice sit. Uneventful.
A little more comfortable today.
Yeah, fine. It's really not uncomfortable. Like, I think I was laid a little too far back yesterday, so my legs were kind of spazzing, but felt pretty dang good today.
Well, we found him. Found the buck we want to kill. He's got 4 at least other bucks with him. The one big 3-point, and then some littler deer. He's actually kind of close to a road, so I'm gonna probably jump off of the back of this where they won't see me going down, and then loop around and get on the road and come up the road, and then cut across to the ridge that they're on, and try to make a quick move on them.
Ben went to go make a move on these deer, and they just started feeding out in the flat away from him. Oh, looks like it's gonna be a bust for tonight, but yeah, that good buck was with him, so it's nice to finally turn him up today. My eyes hurt from glassing so much, but
He's getting tired of me talking while I'm sitting here glassing yet. We did find the big buck. We turned him up maybe 10 minutes ago. He's got all the other bucks from last night with him. And now we're just watching which route he's going to take to go to bed. He's been sporadic. I think it's just because of the full moon. Way she goes.
I don't know which one of these he's gonna shoot. He might not. I don't see Peggy there. So every morning, looking for these deer, me and Ben have a little bit of a friendly competition, seeing who can glass up these deer first. And the only time I ever beat Ben is when he's in the tree saddle. He found him again first this morning. So I blame that I just have regular razors and he's got UHDs. But we've got the deer located again.
We have a little bit of weather moving in. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. And I think it's really got the deer up and moving because pretty much every deer out here is on the hill right there in front of us, including the big buck. They do a couple different things out here. Sometimes they drop into the big wash, and if they do that, like, we really don't have a play on them. If they go the other way, though, we have a pretty good idea of where we can cut them off. So we're just trying to figure out where they're gonna go. But that big buck's out there just bullying everybody. I just watched him walk over to a 3-point and just kick it for no reason out of its bed, and then just walk away like it didn't even want its bed or anything, just kicked it and left. So close. I bumped him out of his beds at like 50. Just needed a little bit more time. We found the bucks, and they are as far away as they could possibly be from us, so I'm saying they're probably out of range for the move tonight. Well, happy Friday. We decided to come out here and hunt these deer one more time before Labor Day weekend. But we glassed first thing and picked up the bucks right away, and they do have the big buck with them, the deer we want to kill. They're just kind of milling around and feeding right now, and we're just trying to guess which way they're going to go to bed. And as soon as we think we have that figured out, I'm going to try to put a move and cut them off. If they go to the west, which is probably, looks like they may do right now, there's this one draw that they always walk through, and it's a perfect ambush spot. So the plan will be to get into that draw while they're still several hundred yards away and make a move. But it looks like the deer that we call Peggy, the deer that we want to kill, he stripped his velvet, which is a big plus because I'm not a velvet man. I like them hard horned. So extra motivated today. Plus, if we kill him, we decided we're going to Cracker Barrel. I'm gonna get like some French toast and a breakfast sampler. So, fingers crossed. Big buck. He's going right where we want him to, so I'm gonna make a quick move. Time to run, folks. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Well, we may get one more chance at this buck. Rocky just glassed him. They're headed right down to the bedding area, so if I'm gonna go, I gotta go quick because they seem to be in a bit of a hurry today to get out and get to bed. So, last ditch effort. See if we can get this buck killed. Come on, baby.
We've really only shown you a few of the attempts and the stalks that I made on these deer, but I lost track of how many times I stalked this buck, but I did get under 100 yards on him 7 times during archery.
Alright folks, we are here for the opener of the Utah muzzleloader hunt. I know at the end of the last video I said I was going to be up the next morning, but I tried and it didn't happen. I stood in my kitchen at 5 a.m. like this for like 20 minutes. I'm like, screw it, I'm going back to bed. So this is the first evening of the hunt. Technically, hunt opened this morning and we finally got out here, but got the muzzleloaders. These things both been shooting really good, and me and Rocky both have tags, so there's really 2 bucks out here that we want to shoot. If either one of them shows up, I'm going to shoot one and Rocky will shoot the other one. So the plan for tonight, get up high in glass, kind of see how things have been. We haven't been out here for like a week and a half, so kind of see what's going on with these deer, who's here, who's not. Hopefully we get into some good action though. We can smoke one. Let's go. Super eventful night. Glassed up a coyote and 1 doe. So I think there was another doe there with that one. We've seen the same couple does a bunch of times. They're way over to the east of where we usually see them, but kind of what we expected for the night. It's pretty difficult to find these deer in the evening. So we'll be back out here in the morning. And we usually had better luck turning these deer up first thing in the morning. So see you guys when it gets light. Back on our same old glassing point. Trying to find this buck. This is day 2 of the muzzleloader. First morning that we've had to hunt. He likes to come up towards us to bed, so we're just trying to pick him up and hopefully make a play cutting him off. And we've got a lot of days, like 20 days into this deer so far. And I would be super like satisfying to capitalize and get it done on this buck. I got him. I think that's our big buck. Pretty dang good place too. He's all there. It's just a weak point. Alright, I'm out. Come on, make it happen, buddy.
Come on, baby. Come on. What happened? Okay, I see him running. I see him running. Your shot sounded short. Your shot sounded short. Like it hit him. I mean, he's running. He's going up over the hill where we always see him, like over by the slick rock where we first saw him. Running
run full speed.
The victory, the sweet victory, what's they say, in the agony of defeat. Snuck in just like I wanted to on that buck. He came up over the hill, everything looking great. I thought he was looking at me. I got on my gun. He was looking down past me, didn't know I was there, but he stood for almost 15 minutes where I couldn't shoot him. He turned and I was hoping he'd come into the opening to the left, and he went right. He went in the opening to the right. I pulled my crosshairs over, I was on a tripod, and I looked, my clearing looks good enough. Through the trees, boom, I shot, and he jumped. And look, he went behind the bushes. I thought he died. And I get up there, and then Rocky calls me and says, he's hauling Bud across the flat, he's running. I'm like, what the heck? Kind of went over there, went after him, got on his track, no blood. Came back to where I shot, circled around, saw that basically where he was standing, he shot, and then when I shot, he jumped right into like a pile of logs. So he's kind of stumbling around. No blood, found where his tracks dumped off the back and headed right up where Rocky saw him go. So I think what happened is when I shot through that opening, it was kind of a small opening. These muzzleloaders have so much arc to them. I think I must have just hit some of those branches and threw the shot off because it sounded a little weird when I shot. I thought I heard a good smack, but it could have just been the rocks that he was standing into. So clean miss. It's better than wounding him for sure. It just still sucks really bad because I've tried to kill that deer now for 20-something days.
Well, we moved glassing points. I've never been on this one before. It's clear over by where we saw that buck go. So the goal for tonight, get eyes on that buck, see what he's up to. If we glass him up real quick, there might be a move, but I doubt it. Kind of short on time. So we're gonna just see if we can pick him up here. Rocky just glassed him up. Firefighters. Rocky just glassed him up. He's fine, he's feeding, he ain't hit. Oh my gosh, I didn't think we were gonna find this deer again. Okay, oh my gosh. He's alive and well, folks, right where he went today. So, do you think I move on him right now? How far away is he?
Do I look like a hippie? Hey guys. So that was exciting. Rocky glassed that buck up right before dark. I made a big run at it and I got right in the zone. I think I was within about 150, 160 yards of the deer, but just because of the angle that I was on, the hill I was on, I couldn't see him because of the brush. And he kind of walked up. Rocky watched him walk up the hill and kind of around. He was never spooked. He was just going up to feed. Not hit, not spooked. So he will be somewhere in that vicinity tomorrow morning. And we'll be back out there after him tomorrow morning.
So we glassed up these deer this morning, and they're heading right down our flat that we wanted them to head down. Ben's getting out there right now. The one deer that we've been after for a long time is gimping pretty good, so we don't know what's going on, but we'll try and get it figured out. Hopefully get him killed. Yeah, he ain't going far with that leg. It's all good. It's all good. He can't move good.
Talk about a freaking roller coaster. So me and Rocky were on the glassing point today, and
just doing our normal thing that we've done out here for like 30 days now. And we get a phone call from my dad saying that my grandpa passed away. And he's been sick and he's had cancer and stuff, but it's kind of still a little unexpected. And so me and Rocky are just sitting crying on the glassing hill, talking about grandpa and just like, just remembering him. And we looked out in the flat and here's our buck. He's got the other 2 bucks with him and they're just headed right towards us. And I just knew as soon as we saw him, we were gonna kill this buck today. And we did. I got out on the flat with him, I shot him, I hit him a little bit forward and he ran up through these cedars. I got on his track and got to where he was and he couldn't go anymore. And I finished him off here on the hill and he's laying there dead. And just a surreal feeling right now. And I don't think people talk very much about the connection and the emotion that comes from hunting. I always loved to hunt with my grandpa. He loved to hunt. He was a very serious hunter, and I don't know why. I just knew this was gonna come together today because we were gonna go do it for him. But the buck's dead and he's a great deer. I'm super happy with him. We hunted this deer for 20, I don't know how long, 2 months basically, month and a half. And we got him. And I'm so grateful. You guys wanna see him? We have so much history with this buck, so many pictures and videos, and he was the best deer out here this year, and we just knew we wanted to kill him. So also notice there's a big 4-point shed underneath that tree right there. He was trying to go up the hill here and I shot him and he rolled down into that bush. And we'll give you a better look at him here in just a second.
Talk about an adrenaline dump, bro.
Holy cow, dude. I was fully sobbing.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
Much.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe it.
That's so cool.
It looks good from this angle. That's his best angle right there. That front on just splayed out. Look how dark his horns are. Got velvet hanging off all over the place. Gnarly, huh?
It's good deer.
Super happy. It's kind of a, see that?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a surreal day. I know I talked a little bit earlier and told you guys kind of the rundown, but we've worked forever on this deer. We knew he was a good buck, like we knew he wasn't a mega giant or anything, but by far the biggest deer out here. And we've been trying to kill him for months, just to have it go down today, like right after we get the call that Grandpa passed away. I called my dad and told him, and he says, "Did you see an old man out there helping you trail him?" And I just felt like that. It just felt like this was gonna happen and it was gonna be for Grandpa, and it's just a deer, you know, but hunting means a lot to us, and a lot of the reason it means so much to us is because we were brought up in it. We were brought up and it was what we always had in common with our dad and our grandpa. What we always talked about when we got together with all the cousins and the uncles and everybody, and it's been this common bond in our family for so long, and this deer's always gonna mean a lot to me because of that. Having Rocky out here with me was awesome. Never could have got anywhere near to killing this deer without his help.
and his glassing. He glassed this deer up multiple days. He's even the one that found this spot to begin with, so just grateful. I'm grateful. He's a pretty buck. He's pretty much exactly what I thought he was. Got a little cheater on this side, and we knew he was really short on that G2, which is fine. He's got pretty decent length on that little split, but 5x5 buck, and just the buck we wanted. And I'm super grateful to have hunted a deer for this many days, to have worked this hard on this buck, and to have got her done.